This video explains why QuickBooks Desktop does not print to your Windows default printer. So I'm in QuickBooks, the desktop version, and if I were to say create an estimate or an invoice, and that opens up, and say I start entering in some items and some descriptions and I want to print this, if I go up to print and I say preview, I can preview what it looks like, and as soon as I hit print, if I were to click this, it's automatically just going to send to the printer. If I just click print from here, it's going to bring up a menu and it's going to have a printer selected. This may or may not be my default printer according to Windows. So if I'm going to close this, and the reason this happens is because, as well as this, the reason this happens is because QuickBooks has its own set of default printers, and that's for every type of form you might want to print. To find out what those are, if you go up to File and Printer Setup, you'll see there is a huge list of forms that you can choose from. So 1099s and credit memos, deposits, estimates, invoices, whatever you may want to do. I'm going to say invoice. And this is the default I have for that. That is what I actually want it to be, but it might be something else. Maybe you print invoices on certain paper, and then when you're printing checks, you have that set up on a different type of printer. Maybe you have a printer that is dedicated just to checks. And then when you select this, because I'm in checks, you can also say, what kind of checks do you have? So when you select these different pieces like invoices and deposits, you'll notice these things down here and what your choices are changing. Estimates, again, is it what kind of paper are you printing on and things like that. So there's a bunch of different settings in here that are going to make a difference about which printer you want to be the default for that form type. And I would suggest you go through a bunch of these. Any of the things that you print, come in here and look and see what's available in here, because you might want to change it. And this might be the place where you were trying to figure out why something didn't look the way you wanted it to look, and you just never knew this existed. Because you can set up a default printer in Windows, that does not mean QuickBooks is going to use it. What it's going to use is what is set up in Printer Setup. So again, the way that I got to that was by saying File, Printer Setup. And then you just pick from this list which type of form you're talking about and pick whatever kind of settings you want and click OK. It will save those for you. And that's how you can work around QuickBooks Desktop not printing to your Windows default printer.